there's been an accident, I have to sort through every one of these and put them in the right box. I'm going to avert. This is going to be averting crises. I got a shop to clean up here. I got my camera mount. Yeah, multiple vice grips. Oh, not that one. Hold on. This is going to get a vice grip to here. It's just riveting. And I need more vice grips. And then this will hold the thing that I'm holding. Where's the live chat here? Build a positive live chat experience for you and your viewers. It's not my responsibility to build a positive live chat. I'm positively sure that's someone else's job. Oh yeah. Visual ASMR, yeah buddy. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna turn this thing around so that I can read the comments. All right, so here's the... Oops, that's not gonna work. On a scale from 1 to 10, how annoying is the vice grips re-clicking over and over again? Okay, that works. Who's in the live chat? Let's see. The old Wrangler star going here. Looks a bit fuzzy. Yeah, well, there might be... Look, it's nothing but the best production quality here. Stab someone or start burning. Yeah. This is an outdoor activity that we're doing inside. Where did that thing go? How does this happen to me? Okay. So I moved a bunch of stuff back to this shop. And I am slowly sifting through it, trying to get it organized while I'm working on the Kenworth, and I'm getting ready to pour a concrete pad, so, you know. It's possible that this, I mean, I'm inside of a metal building. It's possible that the gigas aren't flowing through the walls like they're supposed to. What do I know? Meh, what do you say? I have no clue what it was or where it came from. This is a prime example of why I can't really get things done. I'm going to throw something out. That doesn't happen very often. show the live chat? There it is. Suppress the ouch, the like button. Yeah. Yeah, pummel that thing. You are saying that you are not a video technician? No, I am not. I'm not a video technician. In a much more real sense, I have no idea what I'm doing. All right. Dude, this is crazy. Why does this happen? Why does it have to be like this? You take your bets now on whether or not I'll actually get all these organized again. Organized. I'll bring you guys right over here so you can get a, well, watch that'll fall out, a first-hand understanding here. Hold on. Yeah. Look at that. These all fell off of here. Wasn't my fault. Those look like that one. Nope. Let's establish a size. Does this happen to other people, or is it only me? Screw sorting porn, yeah. The click-through rate on this thing is going to be out of this world. So, as I usually say in the beginning of these things, this is a live stream. It's not edited. So if you don't like that, my suggestion is turn it off. This is my second channel. I started a second channel because I didn't have enough work to do. And I decided what better way to squander the last few precious ounces of free time that I have than to try to make more videos. So here we are. But the reality is that I have a lot of videos that I never, like, all right, so here's an example. I went to Florida a couple of months ago, well, a lot of months ago. It was in January, and I found this guy that had a truck for sale, an old Marmon cab over, really cool truck. There's 2, 4, 6 slots, and there's like 10 sizes. And I messaged a guy and I'm like, hey, I can't buy it because I'm on vacation and I don't have a way to deal with it. But I'd love to come out and get it running for you. And then, it's probably going to be easier to sell if you can show any potential buyers that, it's running and hopefully moving. And I went out there, like drove across Florida. I was on the East Coast. It was on like the West Coast of Florida. Drove out there, messed around with it for a while. It was cool to see. And then ultimately, on vacation, like I took a bunch of stuff with me and bought brand new batteries and all this stuff. But, ultimately I just wasn't able to get it going again. So like, it's not a video that I would put on my main channel because it's not finished or complete. But I feel like some people might still want to see it. And then, kind of incorporate that in with some other stuff I did in Florida. I stopped to see one of my good friends, another YouTuber, Max with the Landfather channel. I know some cotters in Knoxboro, New York. Those look like cotter pins. Some people are cotters. So anyway, I stopped to see my buddy Max, his YouTube channel is The Landfather. I've talked about him several times. And had a really great time visiting him. We did a couple of things. And, you know, I'm not going to post that on... I'm sure watching the screw sorting is just riveting, but eyes up here, folks. But that's not really the type of thing that's going to do super well on my main channel. And while I don't worship at the feet of the algorithm, these videos take like a ton of work, a ton of time. They often cost money, which is very difficult for me to spend. And so if I'm gonna go through all the trouble of putting a video together, I prefer that it has some semblance or resemblance of success. So that's why I started the second channel, to put that kind of stuff on here, because I think, according to like the comment section, there's an amassing of you fine folks that want to see that kind of stuff. So I actually posted the first video on this channel, and I was like, oh, I want to see if, you know, how, like, I didn't want to tell anybody about it. I didn't want to advertise it. Like, let's see how many views the video gets. It was that skid steer cleaning brush at a friend's house. And I was like, let's see how long it takes to, you know, let's see if I get a bunch of views on it, not announcing it on my main channel. And I think it took like 10 days, and it finally got like 400 views in 10 days. So not like surprising. It's starting a YouTube channel is not easy by any stretch of the imagination. But that's just because there's no data, and everybody kind of misunderstands the algorithms. Like, oh, why isn't the algorithm pushing my videos? The algorithm doesn't push your videos. It's viewer driven. So the reason nobody watched it is because it didn't know who to show it to. On a totally side tangent, it really bugs me when people, like content creators, are like, oh, the algorithm hates me. The algorithm's not pushing my content. Meh. Whine and cry. Listen, YouTube is entirely advertising based. They are incentivized to show everyone your video. They are not incentivized to show cooking videos to people who are knitting. They don't care. So that's what the algorithm does. It's viewer based. It just drives, because it's like people not taking responsibility for making videos that not everybody wants to watch. Like, it's part of it. Even Mr. Beast has videos that don't do as well, and some that do really well. Like, even in the hundreds and hundreds of millions of views. Anyway. Yeah, this sorting is going well. So anyway, back to my original. I'm just gonna buy another one. That's why I started the second channel. So this channel will see a lot of like random stuff, projects that, you know, didn't really get finished, I guess, technically. Hopefully that's not like super boring for everybody. But I don't know. There was a lot of interest in, like, in the comments, there's been a lot of interest in like the other goings on. Words are hard. Look, I sorted it. The other goings on around here, and so that's why I started a second channel. Is that a good explanation? Did everybody get my point? No? There's like 42 of you that have no clue what's going on around here. Like, what do you say? Okay. Oh, I'll show you. It's sorted, see? Look how nice that looks. Perfect! God, I hate being on camera. Okay, so now I'm just kind of sorting through the rest of this nonsense. I use filing cabinets, which have been really helpful. And then I got a couple toolboxes, and my storage is random and disorganized, but it works, I guess. And it's mine, and I like it. Let me see if I can come back here and read some of these comments. More dog content. Do you have a video of your dogs eating kibble? That may get some hits. Yeah, I could post a video of that. Cooperstown, New York, checking in. Where is Cooperstown? Good afternoon. Are you or will you work towards sponsors? You know, I've had, that's an interesting topic to discuss. It's always very controversial, which is funny. I have done some sponsorships in a couple of my videos. It's weird how and when they come in. Usually you gotta have a video that hits pretty, like a lot of views, and then you start to get a bunch of offers. And the offers are pretty lucrative. And for everybody that's out, all the basement dwelling keyboard warriors are like, oh, he sold out, man, he took a sponsor, man. If somebody came up to you and was like, for 60 seconds, we're gonna pay you a bunch of money, you would take it too. So like, that's ridiculous. That people are like, that creators have sold out. I don't necessarily know that anybody specifically said it to me, but I've seen it said about other creators. Anyway, I have taken sponsorships. I don't know. It's all right. It's definitely helpful because, like, these videos. Oh, cool. It doesn't fit. These videos cost, like, I mean, this stuff isn't free. It costs money, sometimes considerable amounts of money to make these videos, and those and I guess to a point where like ad rev doesn't always cover it by any stretch of the imagination. And so the sponsorships really help bridge that gap to keep making free videos. So yes, I will, if the right ones come along. I'm fairly picky about who I take sponsorships for. But there's usually like a circuit that go, you know, like I did one for AG1. That AG1 will run around, hit a bunch of creators, do you know, do ads for us. So you'll see, I guess, trends of like the sponsorship stuff. But yes, good question. I like it a lot. Whoops, I did it again. Okay. Look, you can drop them again. I will drop them again, and at that point, I will throw them in the garbage. I like my chaos. It's my organized chaos. Yes, I agree. I'm waiting for the live flames that was stated in the averaging part of the intro. What? Did I talk about fire? I could set something on fire. We're all solids. We could be letting our dogs out, be watching Finger Lakes guy sort out his container. Exactly. See? Your version of what complaining internet people sound like is spot on. It's like old-timey. More than Project merch. What would people buy more of? Tools, t-shirts, socks, shoelaces. Oh, shoelaces are my favorite thing. I like to take shoelaces and punish people who drive Subarus with my shoelaces. That's what shoelaces are good for. On a serious note, like merch, that's a good question. I do have a line of merch somewhere posted in links on my main channel. I could not care less about merch because like everybody does merch. And it's so overdone. It's kind of time consuming because you got to come up with the designs, and if the designs aren't good, I mean, nobody wants to spend any more 50 bucks on a t-shirt that, and I'm not going to make a t-shirt like everybody else, like everybody makes it, and then everybody's like, my t-shirt's the best, I've washed it 74 times and it doesn't shrink much, and meh. I'm like, come on, dude. everything is the same. You all get it from the same pile. So I have merch. I just don't put any time into it. I'll tell you this. I have, for quite a while, have been really wanting to sell something. I like selling stuff. I would really like to manufacture something. I guess it's not really drop shipping, but like kind of like drop shipping. I would love to do that because when I find a product that I am interested in or can stand behind, I have no problem bringing it out to the world or selling it or whatever. But like, I have such a huge problem when I go spend money on something and I spend a lot of money on something and then it's a huge piece of crap because everything is so cheap and crappy. And I would not shilling garbage merchandise in the name of making money. Because I spend money. For example, I bought that stupid Craftsman pressure washer because I had a Generac pressure washer that lasted me years. I paid like 40 bucks for it. I got it off Marketplace. Paid like 40 bucks for it. And the pump finally died and I was like, oh, I could go get a new pump off Amazon, but truthfully, a pump was a cheap pump off Amazon and I could spend a few $100 more and just get a new pressure washer, so that's what I did. I literally had not used it yet. It tipped over and one of the stupid plastic things snapped off on it, some piece of crappy hose, like where you hook the hose. It shouldn't even been there and it broke off. And it just sets it proved my point that it's so infuriating when you go spend $400 or $500, like that's a lot of money, on something and you literally don't even get to use it. So if I manufacture something, I want it, and I mean somebody else is manufacturing it and then I like stock it and sell it and advertise it essentially, but it's like my product that I designed and whatever. It's got to be something that can be built with quality, and here's the thing. I would never sell it on a price point. Like, if you ask me how much it costs, it's probably not for you. I understand you obviously need to know the budget and blah, 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 yeah, but if you're trying to get something, like if I'm selling something, you don't care about price because it's of such quality. That's the kind of thing that I want to sell, and it's very difficult to find anything like that because nobody makes anything like that because everything is junk. I posted something on my Instagram story this morning about like $400,000 and $500,000 and $600,000 houses that literally fell down. Because everybody's always berating me about, I always complain about the quality of things that are built. I'm just reading comments here. T-shirt, the dog's chasing a runaway tractor. That tractor's still driving somewhere. I never found it. You could put your vehicles. Yeah, I know I could put the logos, but like, I don't do Photoshop, so I got to send the logos out to somebody, which costs money, which is fine, and then I got to send it to them. Like, it's a lot of work, and I'll be okay. So if my merch sells for like 30 bucks or 35 or 40 bucks, I get like $4 or $5. It's not, and it's not like flying off the shelves. I don't know. It just doesn't seem like it's worth it. And everybody does merchandise. Let's come up with something unique. Yeah, so I know I was actually going to do an update video on like a lot of stuff that's going around and put it on this channel. So a lot of people came to my channel because of the cabin, and I still obviously am working on it. I just don't work on it as much. Like the way I film, the way I run my channel is like I do stuff that interests me at the moment, and I have the ADD level of a squirrel. And I change what I'm interested in doing like every 5 minutes. So the cabin's still there. I've just had a lot of other things going on this summer. Like I've been focused on working on that truck. And then I'm literally working to, like I have a pad formed out here. I'm getting ready to pour that. So it's still there and I still have a bunch of stuff to do to it. And I am filming and I have done a little bit. but it's just kind of been low on my interest level, and so it becomes not the priority. There's nothing more to it than that. It's just I have severe undiagnosed ADD, and so I don't want to. Ain't gonna do it. I will do it, just someday. Not today. Not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. I don't know. I don't even know where I get all this stuff. Why do I have an old solenoid? Solenoids. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here, and work, you know. I don't think it's too soon for merch. Like, it's just a lot of work. I do animation for the YouTube channels for free. Hit me up. Well, if you're doing it for free, just screenshot something and send it to my email. I don't know. That'd be cool. Yeah, and like this time of year, I would much rather be working outside. Like I don't want to be working inside. Understand the ADD though. I have 2 kids with the same issue. I knew you had it. Yeah. Yeah, I just like, I don't know. I do stuff that seems fun. Here, this is the way I always explain it. I don't want to do stuff that I don't want to do. I don't think that's unreasonable. Obviously, sometimes you got to do things you don't want to do, but like, I'm not going to make a habit out of it. I do enjoy working on the cabin, but like, it's hard to show that. It's hard to show the extent of. It's hard to show the extent of that project, and even though I filmed, you know, like pretty much everything on it, there's way more that goes into a project of that scale than can ever be portrayed on camera. So, you know, I just truthfully, I kind of got burnt out with that, and I'll go back to it, but not today. So that's that. But I know a lot of people like that series, and a lot of people came for that. So totally understandable. Here's something you'll find very interesting. You're not going to believe this. What's the deal? So, all right, so I'm getting ready to pour that pad, and I've had a weird deal with the guy doing concrete, and then he, I don't know, must have been raptured or something, because just ghost, like, stop ever responding. Dude, what is the deal? Why? I'm trying to pay people to do a job, and they don't even respond back. Why? What is happening? How are you people, how do you live without money? I'm trying to give you some. Here's some money, come do something for me. Very reasonable. Nobody shows up. It's weird. It's a weird time to be alive. You know? I don't know. Next subject. Who else has got something interesting to talk about? Well, you come up with something interesting to talk about, and I'll talk about it. I'll give you my unwarranted opinion. Is that the right word? You didn't ask for my opinion, but you're going to get it. Sometimes I wonder if maybe I have too much stuff. that thing doing in here? Like I have these and I don't want to get rid of them, but I don't really know what to do with them. There's a bunch of stuff in them too, like. All right, let's go do a walking around here. You guys can have a sneak peek at this. There's the pad. Getting ready to pour that. Here's that pressure washer that broke the second I brought it home. Yeah, the jump cuts were kind of funny. Yeah, that's a subject for a different time, but hey, dude, freaking bee. So this is where we're at with this old fella. Does it look weird? What else is going on out here? Puppies are sleeping. Rottweilers are not like, they're great dogs, obviously. But they don't like summer. They like the winter and not so much the summer. Here's my wood chipper. That's what happens if you don't behave. I got this trailer, I just picked this up. I got rid of my gooseneck. Really liking that thing. That thing's working out good. And I did get a new skid steer. I got a video I'm gonna do on that on my main channel. And this is gonna be kind of cool. So, all right, so I bought this at an auction. I bought the cheapest big cam engine at an auction, sight unseen. It's seized, and I was gonna try to get it running, but I gave up on that. And then Mr. In-N-Out had a pretty good idea that I should take this and build like the ultimate shop table out of it. Take the heads off of it, and then all this other crap, and pour like a 4-inch slab, like a 4x8 4-inch slab of concrete, and you'd have like a 3,000 or 4,000 pound, probably a 3,000 pound table, flat surface that would be nearly immovable. So that's what I'm gonna do with that. It's gonna be cool. Got some old tires. And that's about all I'll show you on that thing. That was an accidental purchase. Squidward. Oh, cool. Look at this. This stupid tire won't stop going flat. It's only flat on the bottom. I've plugged it like 3 times. And I'm testing that Ripa. Really liking that machine. I had like a gas version. That's a little diesel. I had a gas version that I had bought. I don't know. I used it a lot in the cabin. I got a ton of work out of that thing. Like more work than I probably should have. And now I'm testing this one. Really liking that. Here's the tow truck. If any of you guys remember this. I got pretty far on this, and I pulled it out of the other shop and brought it over here. This is the Blazer chassis, so it's got like it's a K5, it was a military Blazer chassis and a 6.2 diesel. And then I set that Ford body on top of it. I'm gonna finish that because it's cool. Maybe put like a service bed on it for doing the, like going to find these dilapidated old pieces of junk in the weeds. Did you retire the Chinese excavator? So I actually sold that other Chinese one I had because I bought this one, and I like having multiple pieces of equipment, but then the thing just sat around because this was a lot nicer to run and it's bigger, so that thing just sat around. So I ended up selling it. And they're a pretty hot ticket item, so it sold pretty fast. What else is going on around here? Got a pile of gravel. I don't know, I think that's it. That's probably all I'm gonna do on here. Wanted to jump on and tell everybody I started a new channel. Yuck. Okay. Hold on. This is what I want to see, the Blazer chassis swap. Yeah, I'm working on that. That's a product of my squirrel-like mentality where I'll go back to it sometime. Probably a winter thing because like I'm putting this pad over here. I'll pour that, I'll have a pad to work on and slowly build a roof over top of it. And then that stuff's a winter project. I don't want to work really inside in the middle of the summer when it's nice out. I'd rather be out, like, you know, stuff to do to keep up with maintenance around here and all that other nonsense. So that's a winter thing. I'll get back to it. That's probably all I'm going to do on this one. I don't know. Let me know if you guys like the live streams. I used to do them with Mr. In and Out on when I was working on the cabin. They were a lot of fun because I like interacting with everybody. And then some people are like, oh, these videos are terrible. Yeah, dude, it's live. Which I say at the beginning of every live stream. Like, this is a live, unedited version. And then people watch 5 minutes and they're like, oh my God, this is awful. I can't believe I don't want to watch this guy walk around. Yeah, that's the beauty of editing videos, and you don't get that on a live stream. We can't be mad at them. They probably drive Subarus and don't know any better. So let me know if you guys like the live stream thing. Maybe I'll do it again. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Thanks, everybody. Catch you on the flippity flop.